Okay, good day. This is our second day of our topic or part 2 of our topic about PST. Completing perfect square trinomial. Ibig sabihin nito, it's either may nawawalang one term sa given trinomial. It's either the first term, middle term, or last term. So check natin. What if first term is missing? So kapag nawawalang first term natin, meron tayong given formula to find the first term. It is a ft is equal to the square root of mt over 2 times the square root of lt. Again, mt means middle term, lt means last term. So example number 1, blank plus 20x plus 25. We need to find the first term to say that trinomial is PST. So this is our first term, middle term, and last term. So, sulat natin yung mga given. Since ft ang nawawala or the first term. Using the formula ft is equal to the square root of mt over 2 times the square root of lt. So, dapat alam nyo na kung anong pinagsasabi ko or sinasabi ko about ft, mt, and lt. Alam nyo dapat kung anong part ng mga trinomial yon. Okay. So, next, we need to substitute the value of mt and lt. So, yan. Binlangko ko lang. Now, what is our mt? Yes, 20x. And what is our lt or last term? 25. Okay. First step, divide muna natin yung mt sa 2. So, 20x divided by 2 or 20 divided by 2 magiging 10. So, sulat natin siya ulit. So, magiging ft is equal to the square root of 10x over the square root of 25. Nawala na yung 2, di ba? Kasi sinimplify natin. Next step, kunin natin ang square root ng 25. Yung nasa denominator or nasa baba. Ano nga square root ng 25? Yes, 5. So that's why ft is equal to the square root of 10x over 5. Then observe the given. Kaya bang i-divide si 10 ng 5? Yes. So ano yun? 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. So ano na lang ang natira sa loob ng parenthesis? ft is equal to the square root of 2x. So what is the square root of 2x? 2 times 2, 4. X times x, x squared. That's why the first term is 4x squared. Another example. If the first term is missing, same given formula. Example number 2, blank minus 60x plus 36. First term is missing. The given middle term is 60x. And the given last term is 36. Sulat natin ang mga given. And our formula, ft is equal to the square root of mt over 2 times the square root of lt. So tandaan, pag gamit ang formula, after you substitute the value of mt, lt, lagi mo munang i-divide sa 2 para matanggal natin yung 2 sa baba. So our given. So what is our mt? 60x. And what is our lt or the last term? 36. Now, 60 divided by 2. Yes, 30. So, susulat na lang natin ulit. Nagiging 30x over square root of 36 squared. Or, the square root of 30x over square root of 36. Now, next step, kunin natin ang square root ng 36. What is the square root of 36? Yes, 6. So, that's why ft is equal to square root of 30x over 6. Now, divide naman natin yung 30x sa 6. Kaya ba? Yes, pwede. Because 30 divided by 6 is what? Yes, correct. The answer is 5. So ano na lang natira? Ft is equal to the square root of 5x. And the square root of 5x is what? 5 times 5, 25. X times x, x squared. That's why our first term is 25x squared. Next naman, in our next example, what if the middle term is missing or empty? Etong middle term na to, ginagamit na natin to nung last topic natin to determine if the trinomial is PST. So ano yon? Ito po. Empty is equal to the product of 2 times square root of Ft and square root of Lt. Kung naalala nyo kung paano natin ma-check ang middle term to say that the trinomial is PST. Multiply lang natin ang 2 sa square root ng Ft at sa square root ng Lt. Again, Ft is first term, Lt is last term. So example number 1. 16x squared plus blank plus 49. So, ibig sabihin, nawawala ang middle term. So, this is our formula. Mt is equal to 2 times of the square root of Ft times square root of Lt. So, blanko lang natin. Again, what is our Ft? 16x squared. So, sulat natin dyan. And what is our Lt? 49. So, sulat natin sa loob ng next radical sign. Next step, get the square root of 16x squared and the square root of 49. Ano yon? The square root of 16x squared is 4x. Tama? Because the square root of 16, 4. The square root of x squared, x. And last, the square root of 49, 7. Then multiply 2 times 4x times 7. So, 2 times 4x, it's 8x. Times 7, it is 56x. Therefore, our middle term is 56x. Example number 2. X squared plus blank plus 0.25 or 25 hundredths. Decimal number, yung last term natin. So, given formula, Mt is equal to 2 times the square root of Ft times the square root of Lt. Next step, make it blank. Ano ang Ft natin? X squared. And what is our Lt or last term? 0.25. So, 0.25. Now, what is the square root of x squared? Yes, x. And what is the square root of 0.25 or 25 hundredths? Yes, it's 0.5 or 5 tenths. So therefore, Mt is equal to 2 times x times 0.5. 2 times x is 2x times 0.5 is 1x or x. So therefore, our middle term is x. Next example is the last term is missing or Ft. We have also formula to find Ft. Almost the same sa paghahanap ng first term. Lt is equal to the square root of Mt over 2 times the square root of Ft. Ft is our first term, Mt is our middle term, Lt is our last term. Example number 1. 9x squared minus 6x plus blank. 9x squared is our first term, 6x is our middle term, and last term ang nawawala. Write the formula with the given. Our formula again is Lt equals the square root of Mt over 2 square root of Ft. I-blanko lang muna natin yung Mt at Ft. Ano ang Mt natin? 6x. Anong Ft natin? 9x squared. Observe, lahat na nasa taas ng numerator ay kayang i-divide ni 2 to say that the terms or the trinomial is PST. So therefore, si 6x divided by 2, pwede. Because 6 divided by 2 is 3. At ang matitira, 3x over the square root of 9x squared. Now, next step, get the square root of 9x squared. Ano square root ng 9? 3. Ano square root ng x squared? X. Combine, it is 3x. So therefore, 3x over 3x squared. Observe our given or the last solution. 3x divided by 3x is equal to what? Yes, is equal to 1. So that's why our LT is the square root of 1 or LT is equal to 1. So therefore, our last term is 1. And example number 2. With the same given formula, 49x squared minus 28xy plus blank. Observe the middle term, may y. So, asahan na natin ang last term magiging y squared. This is our first term, 49x squared. Middle term, 28xy. And we need to find the last term. Given, and the formula, LT is equal to the square root of MT over 2 times the square root of FT. Make it blank. Ano MT natin? 28xy. What is our FT or first term? 49x squared. 28 divided by 2, pwede ba? Yes, it's 14. So that is why LT is equal to the square root of 14xy over square root of 49x squared. And next, what is the square root of 49? 7. What is the square root of x squared? X. Combine, 7x. So therefore, our next solution, the square root of 14xy over 7x. Divide 14 and 7. The answer is 2. And we can cancel x because the exponent of 2x's is 1. Kasi 1 minus 1, 0. Ano na lang natira? The square root of 2y. And the square root of 2y is what? 2 times 2, 4. 1, y times y, y squared. So our last term is 4y squared. Remember the three formulas to find the missing part of trinomial. Formula to find the first term is what? Ft is equal to the square root of mt over 2 times the square root of Lt. And formula to find the middle term is 2 times of the square root of Ft times the square root of Lt. And to find the last term is Lt is equal to square root of Mt over 2 times the square root of Ft. Again, what is Ft? First term. What is Mt? Middle term. What is Lt? Last term of the given trinomial. So let's try